...2027 will be very hot. No matter if you like El-Rufai or not, you can't deny the fact that if he commits to doing something, he always gives his 100%. And the people Nigerians are up against or will be up against in 2027 are masters in propaganda. They are masters in pushing narratives. They know how to push narratives for all their agendas. And unfortunately, Nigerians are already falling for it. Nigerians are supposed to be talking about what is happening, how they are killing the Nigerian economy, how they've wiped off purchasing power. Everything is down at the moment. But they always push narratives. When people criticize them from the north, you see Southerners falling for their narrative. They will start to push narratives that, all these Northerners, once a Southerner is in power, they will start talking. They never talked during Buhari's time. You will see them pushing other narratives instead of addressing the issue raised by the person in question. So El-Rufai is an asset to the opposition going forward, because he will give all his 100%. This is not in any way trying to hold brief for him or whitewash his character, that all that people accuse him of that he did in the past, that it never happened. No, not at all. This is politics. Everyone needs to focus. Yes, the objective is set out. If you need to achieve that objective with your enemy, you have to do it, because the enemy of your enemy must be your friend. You must make that person your friend, because you now have the same objective. Also, when they push that narrative that Northerners always challenge Southern presidents, Nigerians fail to remind them that there were Southerners who helped Northerners to challenge a Southern president about 10 years ago. Yes, that time they weren't talking about Southern unity. They were all talking about politics. They were all talking about saving Nigeria. But right now, when someone criticizes, they start pushing Southern unity. They start pushing narratives. No, it must be the same thing. All the people criticizing, they all want a better Nigeria. It's not about any agenda that because this person is from the south or from the north. No, it must be the same thing. If you people challenged the Southern president about a decade ago, telling Nigerians that it was to save Nigeria, how come some people are challenging today and you are saying, no, it is not about saving Nigeria, it is about challenging a Southern president? No one should fall for this. As far as Nigeria is still one country, everyone, no matter where the person comes from, must work together with others of like minds to push out a government that is anti-people. Just this week alone, they introduced 3 new taxes. Customs introduced new 4% on all imports. This doesn't include duties. After paying all the duties, everything, you still have to pay 4% on the import. Another one is the increase by MTN of their data bundles by over 100%. This was approved by the government agency responsible. As if all these weren't enough, within 1 week, the central bank joined the fray, introducing new taxes for anyone withdrawing from an ATM machine. Now, if you withdraw 20,000 from an ATM machine, you have to pay 100 naira. Yes, if you withdraw 100,000, you have to pay 500 naira as taxes to the government. So you get the drift. People are getting poorer by the day because of massive taxation. That's why everyone must focus on the issues. Don't fall for their narratives. These narratives are made to divert attention so that you focus on something else. No, don't ever fall for it. Whoever is joining you, or you see that person criticizing the government and working for the betterment of Nigerians, you should make that person your friend going forward. Anyway, let's go to the main story. It all started when El-Rufai responded to a post by a friend on X. He said in that post that he had it on authority that they were planning to arrest El-Rufai. El-Rufai is currently in Cairo, Egypt, and according to him, they are planning to arrest him when he arrives in Nigeria. So El-Rufai, while responding to the person, he said, "I have been hearing these same rumors of arrest, detention and torture in some dungeon in the NSA's office, where Emefiele was allegedly tortured to resign as central bank governor since July 2024, when the so-called report of the Kaduna Assembly began circulating. They freaked out when we challenged the legality of the premeditated defamation and went to every length to compromise the judicial process, and this is continuing at the Court of Appeal. They have sent such similar messages of intimidation and threats through many of my friends, family and political associates because they want me to go on self-imposed exile. I will not. I have now put all my previous academic and language learning plans on hold and will spend more time in Nigeria than ever before. Silence is no longer golden. Inaction has never been an option. The arrest, detention, and torture of perceived political enemies are nothing new in human affairs. I have been arrested and detained thrice in the past for expressing my views of previous governments. There is always a morning after the arrest or detention or torture, and political life continues. For the attention of the pathetic characters that don't sleep well whenever I'm in Nigeria, take notice that I intend to return in time for the launch of President IBB's memoirs, inshallah scheduled for 20th February. Reacting to his father's post on his verified X handle, his son Bashir El-Rufai, who is a House of Representative member, referred to Tinubu as Pablo Escobar. He said, "Now the biggest mistake Pablo Escobar and his henchmen will make," and all hell broke loose under his comment section. This is not new, by the way. El-Rufai himself has made such references in the past. Around 2019-2020, he was being asked whether the rumor circulating at the time was true that he would deputize Tinubu whenever he decides to run in 2023. He responded in a very condescending manner and made references about drug lord and all that. So it's not new. It shows that they know all his checkered past. They know all his illicit dealings in the past. They are aware of all this, but they still rooted for him during the presidential election just because of politics and maybe political expediency. They already had a deal within them in the APC, the CPC, AC, and all the factions that made up APC. They supported Buhari, who came from CPC. It was now time for them to support a candidate from the AC. So they did all they did based on political expediency, not that they love themselves. That's why you don't need to join them in nitpicking and maybe challenging El-Rufai. No, allow them to do it themselves. Let them fight each other. Because if you keep attacking El-Rufai, that means they might make up one day. They might say, is it not better to join us? Let us mend fences and go forward. Because the people you want to join in opposition are also attacking you and pushing you to our side. Or are you going to stand alone? So people need to take advantage. They need to use their brains instead of their hearts.
We're in the same party. We get along very well, as far as I know.
Do you want him retired? He's the godfather of Lagos.
I don't know if he's the godfather of Lagos. It's up to him to say that. What I know for sure is that we have retired godfathers in Kaduna. And I have told those that asked me the question that there are 6 million registered voters in Lagos and only 1 million voted in the last election. So there are 5 million people that you can bring into the electoral playground and you can defeat anyone if you work hard. But it's hard work. It's 4 years.
El-Rufai supported the Muslim ticket. He did everything to justify it. In fact, in one video in Kaduna, he told people that what they did in Kaduna, because at that time he had a Muslim deputy, that it will be repeated at the national level over and over again until it becomes normal. He said it, but today it is the same El-Rufai that has been criticizing the current administration. And such narratives can never work again in Nigeria, even in the most conservative core north, because everyone have now seen that, hey, it is not about religion, it is not about Christian, Muslim, it is about delivering the services, delivering the goods. And they can see that they have failed woefully in delivering the goods. They have failed completely. Whatever they felt he promised, he never promised anything, by the way. Whatever they were anticipating he would have done, he has shown that he's not going to do anything. Rather, he's busy punishing Nigerians with taxes. More taxes, more taxes. Imagine dropping 3 taxes on Nigerians within 1 week. What have the government done to help Nigerians? The people that pay these taxes, don't they ever get anything in return? To them, it's all about taxes, taxes, and increasing new taxes. But they can never give account of the revenue they've earned already. If you look at the budget, you will see that these people are not even interested in good governance at all. They waste money on all sorts of things, budgeting billions of naira for things that will never turn around the fortunes of Nigerians. Are we going to talk about the renovated mansion of the vice president? 21 billion naira wasted, and up till now, he's not even living in the mansion. So it means that it wasn't even an emergency at the time they made that budget. There was no need to spend billions of naira renovating that mansion because Shetima lives elsewhere. This is the same Abuja where we have thousands living in IDP camps. The government can't even relocate them back to their homes. Imagine what 21 billion naira would have done for all those people living in IDP camps if the government spent that amount to relocate them. So people should focus. Don't start nitpicking. This person did this, this person did that. Who is without sin? Let the person cast the first stone. Thanks for watching.
5 years ago, nobody is talking about terrorism in Nigeria. Under Jonathan, it has become an industry. And we should not take advantage of their failings so that we secure the votes of Nigerians in the next elections. There must be something wrong with them. We have made suggestions to the government on how to improve security. They have ignored it. They have set up 5 different committees that have given them recommendations how to address this problem of terrorism in the last 3 years. They have not implemented one.